Dr. Ruth Roberts is a talented and compassionate veterinarian that practices from her clinic, Sun Dog Cat Moon, located on Johns Island, just outside of Charleston, South Carolina. Stay tuned to get an inside look at this very unique veterinary practice, where Eastern medicine meets Western medicine, and the vet that turned her dream into a reality. Dr. Roberts knew at an early age that she wanted to help animals.
Everybody that's had a pet as a child, or at least most people I talk to, have said kind of the same thing, in that the pet becomes their confident and trusted friend. Out of that relationship came the desire to be able to help them.
Upon graduation from vet school, Dr. Roberts started working at a mixed practice.
The first job I had actually was also on Johns Island, and it was in a mixed practice. So we took care of horses and then pets, dogs and cats, and then part-time as well downtown at a practice that also took care of some of the carriage horses.
Dr. Roberts started expanding her medical knowledge to push the limits of Western medicine as far as diagnosis and treatment.
I went through the education process for certification for American Board of Veterinary Practitioners. And what that did was really bring up my game and my ability to diagnose and treat disease on the Western side. So I'm happy to refer when it's beyond the scope of my abilities, but I try to do as much for my clients in-house as we possibly can.
Her desire to dive deeper into the options for diagnostics and treatment led her to the exploration of Eastern and alternative medicine.
Alternative medicine became an important part of the picture for me once I'd gone through that process of really re-educating myself and bringing myself up to speed on sort of the latest diagnostics and diseases and all of that. And I realized in many cases we could make a diagnosis, but often we couldn't do anything for these guys. We would put them, most of the time it was on drugs like prednisone or non-steroidal drugs for arthritis, things of that nature. And while it may help for a while, we still weren't getting at the root of the disease. So alternative medicine, and traditional Chinese medicine in particular, offers an opportunity to treat the roots of the disease rather than the branches or the symptoms.
The key to Dr. Roberts' practice at Sun Dog Cat Moon is the combining of Western and alternative medical concepts. This combination opens up a whole new range of treatment options.
What I'm doing is practicing integrative medicine, where we integrate as many techniques or modalities as are necessary to help that patient. Here's the Western way to handle this issue, and then here's the TCM way, the traditional Chinese medicine way, and then here's a nutritional component, and then here's Western herbology, and here's homeopathy. The trick is to go through in my head quietly what are the options available and what options are going to be most likely to be successful for that pet.
With such a broad range of treatment options available to her, Dr. Roberts now moved into environment. Using the sum of her previous experiences, she created a veterinary practice that provided the best possible environment for both pets and their owners.
There are certain times I could walk into an exam room in my first practice and just feel everybody being very tense and tight and worried and fearful. And so much of the way Sun Dog Cat Moon came to be is by attempting to find the opposite of those responses. So the building itself is an old house. We take a great deal of care of the grounds, because if you see this beautiful and almost pastoral setting, when you're driving up, it tends to relax you a little bit. You can look at these lovely flowers in the flower bed that's been planted. The dog can sniff around and feel comfortable, and walk into a building that has warming and welcoming colors on the wall. It's a small building, it's a small staff, so that most of the time everybody knows who you are when you're walking through the door. We use pheromone diffusers to help the pets feel much more relaxed. So the basic idea is that we want the experience to be a very pleasant one for both the pet owner and the pet.
Sun Dog Cat Moon is an integrative medicine veterinary practice, utilizing the tools provided by Western medicine, Chinese medicine, homeopathic, and herbal remedies. We provide both in-office consultation as well as phone consultation for our out-of-town clients.